If you're in your 20s and not opening a Roth IRA right now, you're literally watching thousands of dollars evaporate into thin air. By 30? Make that tens of thousands. But hey, at least your landlord's building equity, right? Look, I get it. You're scrolling through your phone, seeing everyone on Instagram flexing their passive income, while you're over here trying to figure out if you can afford both groceries and gas this week. But here's the truth bomb nobody's dropping. The difference between staying broke and building actual wealth might just be one account, one decision. And it takes literally 20 minutes to set up. You're watching M-Cubed, Money Mindset Makeover. This isn't just a channel, it's a mindset revolution. Subscribe to elevate your money mindset, elevate your life. Today, we're breaking down the Roth IRA versus traditional IRA, what they are, why one of them is a literal cheat code for people in their 20s, and which one will have you thanking yourself when you're 60. Let's dive in. All right, first things first. What even is an IRA? IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. Think of it like a special vault where you stash money specifically for future you. The you that's done grinding 40-hour weeks and just wants to chill. But here's where it gets interesting. There are two main types of IRAs, the traditional IRA and the Roth IRA. And no, they're not just different flavors of the same thing. They're fundamentally different weapons in your wealth-building arsenal. Let me break it down in a way that actually makes sense. The traditional IRA, the pay me later account. With a traditional IRA, you put money in before taxes. So if you make $40,000 a year and contribute $6,000 to a traditional IRA, you only pay taxes on $34,000. Pretty sweet, right? Your money grows in that account tax-free. No taxes on dividends, no taxes on gains, nothing. It's just compounding like crazy. But here's the catch. When you retire and start pulling money out, Uncle Sam shows up with his hand out. Every dollar you withdraw gets taxed as regular income. So basically, you're making a bet. You're betting that you'll be in a lower tax bracket when you're 65 than you are right now. And for a lot of people in their peak earning years, like if you're 45 making six figures, that might make sense. But if you're 23 working your first real job, making entry-level money, that bet is probably not in your favor. The Roth IRA, the Never Pay Taxes Again account. Now here's where the Roth IRA comes in hot. With a Roth, you contribute money after you've already paid taxes on it. So if you make $40,000 and contribute $6,000, you're still paying taxes on the full $40,000. Seems like a bad deal, right? Wrong. Because here's the magic. Once that money is in your Roth IRA, it grows completely tax-free. And when I say tax-free, I mean tax-free forever. When you retire and start pulling money out, the IRS can't touch it. Not your contributions, not your gains, not the $500,000 your $6,000 turned into over 40 years. Nothing. Let that sink in. You could turn your account into $1 million. And when you're 65, you get to withdraw every single penny without paying a dime in taxes. That's not a loophole. That's literally how it's designed. And somehow, not enough people in their 20s are taking advantage of it. The Roth IRA has another superpower that nobody talks about enough. Here's the real twist. You can withdraw your contributions, not your gains, just what you put in, at any time, for any reason, with zero penalties. Let's say life happens. You lose your job, medical emergency, your car dies. You can pull out the money you contributed without the IRS slapping you with penalties or extra taxes, because you already paid taxes on it. Now, I'm not saying you should raid your retirement account. That's still a last resort move. But compared to a traditional IRA, where pulling money out early means penalties and taxes, the Roth gives you way more flexibility. It's like having a financial safety net that also doubles as a wealth-building machine. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds great, but I'm barely making rent. How am I supposed to invest for retirement? And look, I see you, you're not lazy. You're exhausted. You're working full-time, maybe juggling a side hustle, drowning in student loans that you were told were an investment in your future. You're watching rent prices skyrocket while your paycheck stays frozen. You're one unexpected expense away from overdraft fees. The boomers got pensions. They bought houses for the price of a used car. They had job security. You get gig work, exposure, and the privilege of paying $1-800 for a studio apartment. And now someone's telling you to invest for retirement? When retirement feels like a fantasy reserved for people who had rich parents or got lucky with crypto. I get it. The system isn't built for you. It's built to keep you running on the hamster wheel, too broke and too tired to build anything that lasts. But here's the thing. That's exactly why you need a Roth IRA. Have you or someone you know ever felt paralyzed by the idea of investing because you're just trying to survive? Drop your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else realize they're not alone in this struggle. Let me paint you a picture. Let's say you're 25. You scrape together $100 a month, $100 a year, to put into a Roth IRA. That's it. No crazy amounts, just $100 a month. You invest it in a simple index fund that averages 8% returns, which is conservative, by the way. The S&P 500 has averaged around 10% historically. Fast forward 40 years, you're 65. You've contributed a total of $48,000 over your lifetime. Want to know what that account is worth? $350,000. Tax-free, all yours. Now let's say you did the exact same thing with a traditional IRA. Same contributions, same returns, same timeline. But now you're in a 22% tax bracket when you retire. Guess how much you actually get to keep? About $273,000. You just lost $77,000 to taxes. $77,000 gone. Just because you chose the wrong account type in your 20s. Here's why the Roth IRA is especially powerful in your 20s. 1. You're probably broke right now, which means you're in a low tax bracket. 10%, maybe 12%. Paying taxes now when they're cheap is a no-brainer. 2. You have time. The younger you start, the more compound interest works its magic. $1 invested at 25 is worth way more than $1 invested at 45. 3. Your income will hopefully go up. As you get promotions, switch jobs, build skills, you'll likely move into higher tax brackets. Locking in today's low tax rate is genius. 4. Tax rates might go up in the future. The government is in debt. Social programs are expensive. You really think taxes are going down in 40 years? Yeah, me neither. That's why the Roth IRA is built for young people. It's literally designed for the broke but ambitious 20-something who's willing to sacrifice a little now to dominate later. See, the financial system wants you to stay confused, overwhelmed, paralyzed by choice. Because as long as you're not investing, you're not building wealth. You're just a worker bee, trading hours for dollars, making someone else rich. But opening a Roth IRA, that's you saying, no, I'm done playing their game. I'm building my future. It's not about being rich overnight, it's about taking control. It's about refusing to let the system win. You don't need to be making six figures to start. You don't need to understand every detail of the stock market. You literally just need to, 1. Open a Roth IRA. Fidelity, Vanguard, Charles Schwab, they're all solid and free to open. Set up automatic contributions, even if it's just $50 a month, or invest in a target date retirement fund or a simple S&P 500 index fund. Let it sit and don't touch it. Let compound interest do the heavy lifting. That's it. That's the whole playbook. No crypto gambling, no day trading, no get-rich-quick schemes. Just boring, proven wealth building that actually works. Because here's the secret they don't want you to know. Becoming wealthy isn't about saving pennies or cutting out your daily coffee. It's about building systems that work while you sleep. And a Roth IRA? That's your first system. The nitty-gritty details. Because you're smart, and you deserve to know. Contribution limits. As of 2024, you can contribute up to $7,000 per year to a Roth IRA if you're under 50. That's about $583 a month. Can't afford that? No problem. Put in what you can. Even $25 a month is better than zero. Income limits. Here's the catch. The Roth IRA has income limits. If you're single and make more than $161,000 a year, or $240,000 if married, you can't contribute directly. But honestly, if you're making that much, you've got bigger fish to fry and probably need to talk to a real financial advisor, not a YouTube video. For everyone else, you're good. Open that Roth. Early withdrawal rules. You can pull out your contributions anytime, tax-free and penalty-free. But your earnings? Those need to stay in the account until you're 59.5, or the account has been open for at least 5 years. Otherwise, you'll pay taxes and a 10% penalty. Required minimum distributions. RMDs. Traditional IRAs force you to start withdrawing money at age 73, as of 2024. The government wants their tax money. Roth IRAs? No RMDs ever. Your money can sit there and grow forever. You can even pass it on to your kids, tax-free. Generational wealth, baby. All right, let's wrap this up. Traditional IRA, you get a tax break now. You pay taxes later when you withdraw. Good if you're in a high tax bracket now and expect to be in a lower one when you retire. Roth IRA, you pay taxes now. You never pay taxes again on that money. Perfect if you're young, in a low tax bracket, and have time on your side. For most people in their 20s, the Roth IRA is the move. You're probably broke now, so the tax hit is minimal. Your money has decades to grow, and when you finally retire, you get to keep every penny. No tricks. No loopholes.
Now, fast forward to your 30s and 40s.
As your income rises and you maybe start working for a company with a match, that's when it can make sense to diversify, using both Roth and traditional accounts. This gives you flexibility and control over your taxes later in life.
That's a deeper strategy for another video, but for now, understand this. Roth first when you're young.
Diversify as you grow. Your future self will thank you. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. Opening a Roth IRA won't make you rich tomorrow. It won't pay off your student loans or make rent cheaper. But it will give you something that most people in our generation don't have. Hope. Hope that you won't have to work until you're 80. Hope that you can actually retire with dignity. Hope that you can break the cycle and build something real. You deserve that, and it starts with one decision. And stick around, because the next video drops in 48 hours. The 50-30-20 rule is it dead or golden. You're going to want to see this. See you there, M-Cubed family.